first day. Personally, I think it's wrong. You see, you meet someone on the first day, you don't really know the person that much. You don't know whether he has AIDS, whether he has any sexually transmitted disease, and you just jump into bed with the person. It's a dangerous venture, and I don't think anybody should be doing that. Every relationship should have pillars, and one of the pillars is trust. And when trust is really broken in a relationship, you're going to have a lot of problems. For instance, if on the first day I have sex with you, what is the guarantee that when you meet someone else the second day, you are not going to have sex with the person? So I always be wondering, is my lady having sex with another guy he has just met if he tells me he's going for a party or he's going for an outing? But if on the first day he doesn't do it, if for some time it doesn't go on like that, then I have that confidence that the way this lady behaves, that will be the way she will be behaving when the relationship is ongoing. So I think it breaks down the relationship. Trust will totally be absent in that.
It's a question on the minds of many men as they sit in a candlelight restaurant on a first date. Will I get laid or will she make me wait? But of course, many men are thinking about more important issues, like whether the said lady is a marriage material. But of course, suffice it to say, men like sex. And the probability of a post-dessert romp is quite natural. The guys are here and they will be telling us their views about sex on a first date. My name is Babbie and my avenue is Afrikiko. Welcome to the show. Welcome back. My name is Babbie and we are hanging out at the Afrikiko Leisure Center today. There's a popular quote which says, if a girl sleeps with you, or let's say if a lady sleeps with you on a first date, she probably isn't interested in seeing you again after. Is this quote true? I have two interesting gentlemen who will be helping me to dissect the issue. Let's get to meet them.
Absolutely delightful if obviously you don't have any intentions to take the relationship further. But if you really want to take it further, why have sex on the first day? Because you'll be confused. You're not sure if the person is cheap, or you don't have any idea who the person really is. So I think you should take your time, get to know the person, and then you have all the time to have the sex. But on the first date, it will have an effect on the relationship, because there'll be times you'll be doubting each other and your mind will go back to the first time you met and you'll be like, oh, I got this for free on the first night. I'm sure she's giving this to other people. So I don't think you should have sex on the first date.
Right, so welcome back again. And of course, we are asking the same question. And I have my guest here, so I will introduce my guest to you. Welcome, new man. I'm fine. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm very good. You look very good yourself.
Yeah, thank you. You look very good too.
Thank you very much.
And once again, John. About. Now, I was talking about this quote. You know, some people, there's a quote which says that a lady that sleeps with you on the first date, you know, probably there's a probability that the person or the lady will not be interested to see you again after. Newman, is it true?
I think it is. Yeah, I mean, because if a woman sleeps with you on the first date, it's kind of neutral. You think that she's cheap, she thinks that you're cheap. And why would I want to date a man that's cheap? Or why would I want to date a woman that's cheap? If you're able
Why
to,
why do you consider her to be cheap?
because for me, sex is very, it's sacrilegious. It's a very serious matter. You know, it's spiritual.
How serious is
No,
this?
sex is spiritual for me. I mean, I can't just get out with just any girl. You know, I have to have some reason to be with a woman before I can have sex with her. So I can't meet you the first day and then you are very generous, you give it to me on the first date. You'll be generous with other people.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that's it.
Yes, because once we start on that foundation, anytime you tell me I'm going to meet a friend,
You're thinking about the
what
first
happened?
date.
Exactly. So for me, it's a very serious.
John, what do you think about that
Oh,
quote?
I think before I try to attack this
Newman.
unfortunate
Unfortunately.
analogy, I think it's best that I lay the precedent that as much as it is, if you can get married before you have sex, fine. Aside that, the time it happens has nothing to do with the consequences of the relationship.
On a first date,
At all.
if the lady sleeps with you on a first date,
At all.
you don't have any problem.
At
How do
all.
you see that
You see-
lady? How do you see that lady?
Like I rightly said, the time it happens has absolutely nothing to do with the relationship. Now listen, when you say sex on the first date, probably we've been talking. Maybe it could be on via text, probably Facebooking, maybe WhatsApp. We've been talking, you know, we've been sharing ideas, probably the way I come up with my issues, the way I do my analysis. Already you are falling in love. We meet and then, you know, the physical attraction is there and then it happens. And therefore, because of that, you have to see the girl as cheap. I think it's very unfortunate. Seriously.
Wow, I think this conversation, this is going to be a very interesting one. So let's drink something first. So what do you want to have?
Code Bleu.
Eh?
Code Bleu. Oh, Coke and lime.
Coke and lime.
Yeah.
Okay.
To break it
And
down.
John,
Oh, since I want to maintain my athletic body, I think just simple water is fine. Yes.
please, can I have water and Coke and lime? You know, please. Is that an abun?
Code Bleu, Code Bleu. Coke and lime. I mean, to break it down in layman's terms.
Oh, sir.
Coke and lime.
Now, let's go straight. Newman,
Yeah.
have you ever had sex on a first date?
On a first date, no, I have never done that. I mean, it's a principle I dearly hold on to. I cannot do that. I cannot see myself.
No cream.
Yeah, I cannot see myself sleeping with a girl the first time I see her.
On a first date, when you've been on a first date, like on a
Yes,
date,
yeah.
what happened?
You get to know the person.
What was running through your
You
mind
know,
on
for
that
me,
first date?
John talking about WhatsApping and texting, they are all virtual. You get to see the person physically for the first time. Appreciate the person, the looks, because sometimes pictures deceive. In this day of photoshopping, like you see a girl, she looks like, you know, one supermodel you see, and then there's a vast difference. You understand? So for me, I cannot be swayed just by text or the pictures I see on the internet. And so the first day I see you, I get to know you personally. I think that it should be a process. It shouldn't be an event where I see you, immediately I see you, then we are getting down. I mean, that for me is a little queer.
Really queer, you say.
Yeah.
Now, John, have you had sex on a first date? I take it as yes. Why?
Oh,
Why?
no credit. Why?
Why? Pa? Bakwa na mienu. Atwaso.
I know there is out of the question.
So what happened? Just share, you know.
Yeah, we had been speaking for some time, and then we met, and whatever it is that we had been discussing via phone, via text, etc., etc., you know, it was what it is. You know, she saw me and she saw that in me, and I saw that in her. So it was just, you know, one or two things just clicked.
No, are you saying that if you're speaking to someone for a while, you've been speaking to the person for like months, and in speaking to the person, you know, you get to know the person, there are certain things you might have said, so it's just going on that date and putting one or two together and then
Not
you know.
necessarily. You see, me, I always have this perception.
Don't you think it depends on and someone more come phone or something?
Oh, there be a yes, but yeah, Obiane Adia, a trina dream is so. You know what I'm saying? If a guy
Can I
should
get the
a
drinks,
chance,
please?
If a guy should get a chance to sleep with a girl, your bano and a while allow, that is my perception, you know? And yeah, dear waka, and I say, as I always say, be a running and I be no. That's my understanding. In TFN says here, probably we've been speaking about something. There are girls, maybe your intellect can turn them on. There are girls, probably your physical appearance can turn them on.
Right.
There are girls, probably little traits. You know, the way you handle, you know, tense situations, etc., etc. You know, can just turn them on. You know, so it depends. So probably, maybe I'm coming with, you know, maybe I will be sour. What's your temperament like? What I saw, maybe you're hot. Oh,
now intelligent.
You see, there are millions of us there. So then, if those are the very basic or simple reasons why
that is what she has met. Maybe she has met him.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people or choosing out of the lot.
And I say, I know John personally. I've known John for a number of years. He's a very intelligent guy. But the poor side of the issue is that he's not the only intelligent guy. For me, So for me, no. So for me,
into those areas,
that is just as basic as it for me. If you meet another intelligent guy,
you see.
So you're trying to say that if the person is
when you do this, then we can even any because there are equally handsome guys out there. There are equally more athletic looking guys out there. Then that
is why it's a process.
Keeps going on and
that is why it is not an event.
What process, man?
It is beyond your intelligence. It is beyond your looks.
Like what?
Getting to know the person.
No, wait, guys, wait. What we're saying is that I want to know.
Yeah, no, but
John, you my person.
What is this guy
John, what I'm trying to say is that I want to know what happened. How did it happen on a first date? The two of you're sleeping with someone on a first date. How did it happen? Now, so you've been talking over, some months. So you have been speaking. And I will say, Babbie, before you and a person would do something or sleep together or whatever, however you put it in quote, something has to click. So it could be say based on your intelligence and I don't know what problem big problem.
But don't forget,
why did you escape sleeping with that lady on a first date?
Because for me,
because the person is unintelligent.
The truth of the matter is that it's not like I escaped sleeping with the person.
So what were
I'm a guy. Of course, I mean, if you give it to me generously, I will take generously.
So why didn't you take generously, or it wasn't given to you?
It wasn't given to me.
It wasn't given to me.
So
that means because we're unintelligent.
For me, that shows that is that's a mark of a good woman.
Look at that. You see, it's a question.
So that's a mark of a good woman. So any lady that gives it out on a first date is not a good woman.
No.
She has issues.
She has issues. You see, probably huge issues.
These are some of the unnecessary, beliefs that men naturally have. The fact that Obana won that the first time means Obana is what is good.
Yeah,
not just that.
Maybe.
Not just
it could also be say Obana munaka so when you can't because on also what that perception say okay maybe a man also why not just actually if I give to this guy free he go think be cheapo make her hold on small.
Yeah. Meanwhile you go for all you know he dash already. Meanwhile to sometimes
what is the purpose of courtship? What in marriage you will be sleeping with a woman.
In this sense,
it's inevitable.
Okay, fine.
But it's the timing.
Okay, it brings me back to what I said earlier on. The end justifies the means.
Yeah, true. I agree.
So one worry girl now. Anytime I'm having sex, it's unnecessary. And I just again you're cheap. What am I saying? So who catch him and say marriage what? He said something like that. It's a thing. Say be the first time we share only now that. And then more cost a year, 2 years, 3 years. You end up marrying the girl. So what? So I slept with the so what?
So she's not.
You know what I'm saying?
But if you end up marrying the girl, meaning say on get you.
No. The end justifies the means.
What is he talking about?
But you see, the truth of the matter is, usually, if you want to take, let's say a percentage, you'd have about 80% of those relationships ending early because there's this insecurity in them.
It is wrong.
Insecurity because you're thinking that the same way or she
the same thing she did with me.
Now, if you know who be
Thank you very much.
What do you think? There are millions of other guys that
if there were millions, maybe in Kobe try will be a. Or where
don't let us go.
You're
talking ideal. You're talking ideal, but we're not in an ideal world.
Of course, we're not in an ideal world.
There are times people even look.
And because it's not ideal, no. you have to give benefit of the doubt. Say,
yeah,
okay, something has happened. Anyway, because you're the infant say you've been speaking to the person, you've been talking with the person over the phone, social Crawford, Twitter, Skype, high five, and if you're infant say Skype or cry,
Skype who did
Facebook, not for your Facebook.
Not for our Facebook. Come 60,000.
Thank you
very much.
Not of the 60,000.
That's a Forget. Now, okay, I get to that. You will never marry any lady you slept with on a first date.
Never.
Will you?
Never. I cannot.
Why?
Because I told you I have trust issues.
You have trust issues?
Yes, I'll be insecure about the woman.
Okay, fine. Of course, I know where you stand now. As in, you are not. I know you will not marry a lady that you slept on the first date.
And it's got
a question, mommy.
Yes, thank you very much. Or say you never marry or bow on another on the first date, right? Okay, let me ask him this. In case you met her the first time and it happened, and then the girl goes like, if it's going to happen again, it will have to be after marriage. What would you do?
It's a fast for me. That's comedy.
Oh, what's comedy, man?
After the first one,
what's funny about
yeah, or say, okay, man, who Matthias here? Fine, let's roll. Whatever it is, if anything going to happen.
Number is the test round.
See that.
Yeah, the test round.
What contest
what I'm talking about.
A girl
want to have sex with you for a number of reasons. Yes, or person sex compatibility no ohana.
Right.
Maybe a size no fit yana.
Right.
Maybe are you good ana.
Right.
Maybe are wine west.
That's why we are intelligent ana. We are focused ana.
We are creative ana. It will who
we are creative.
How can you see that on the first day? How can you see that on the first day? How can you see all these things mentioned on the very first day? One year always need na first day.
Maybe that day there are certain reasons is more
in these days of aphrodisia. If you use that as a test, you go lose. Because the boy no say, oh, this thing at the go, it go feel happy. So they go, it take lawyer.
You go take lawyer.
So that day, wait,
time bound.
Thank you.
So it only
why
force
you
to
need
do
time.
things in a rush.
That's why you need time, because if you use the first day as a measure, you go.
Wrong.
Okay, now how would you see that lady that slept with you on a first date? Who is saying?
That's what I'm saying. I see that's cheap.
Cheap.
No,
cheap. Is that all?
Yeah, for me that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, that's cheap.
There's nothing else.
Yeah, that's it.
Aside so cheap, no. What do you want to say? Obetima intelligent.
But you see, you have to extricate these two. Somebody can be cheap, but can be very intelligent.
Right.
Can be very beautiful. Can be very whatever. But it does not take away from the fact that the person is generous, overly generous.
Slept with you on a first date means the person is cheap.
Yes.
Why would you marry a person that slept with you, a lady that slept with you on a first date?
Yours truly. Yes, I will. Why not?
So can you please ask him that?
The few ladies.
The few ladies. Oh yeah, but I want you to ask him a question. The few ladies he slept on the first date with Omoy.
Yeah. Oh, and I made sure I say
you can or say.
Why did he marry? Where are they?
We'll be some question.
Where are they?
Demands an answer.
Okay. Where are they?
I said, the time it happens has absolutely nothing to do with how the relationship goes. Many ladies maybe on the first time now. I tried to have a relationship with them.
Yes.
I tried to see if it was going to be possible for us to have a future.
After consummating it and I'm trying.
Out of some one or two things. In your man said down Kosuye. I don't trust me who girl is again.
Baby, I will share Nipano. Does it actually count?
Yeah. It does.
Baby, I will share Nipano.
Yeah.
If you meet a girl in a club,
yeah,
and she sleeps with you on a first date,
yes,
does it count?
Yes, it does.
If you meet a girl in a church and she sleeps with you on a first date, does it count?
It does.
Oh. How?
Because look, the truth of the matter is, when you meet a girl in the club, okay, and then she gives it to you on the first date, it's worse than seeing it's actually better than seeing a girl in the church. So that the one who
why?
Because the church person is even more criminal than the one at the club.
Why?
You
who told you no club no sorry?
Nah, Debbie, and I make say, I'm sorry,
you see
more deadlier than
somebody in
the club.
The analysis be aware.
For me, she's more deadlier. If I should sleep with two girls on the first date, I'd rather go for the one I met in the club.
In the club,
yes, sir. In the eyes of God, Bonnie, ya Bonnie. Who oba na ni oba da wotrim. Na me so me hu oba na me oba na da physically the same.
Well, Newman.
What is it?
I mean, he's going to.
No, me show baby. The fact say oba
we are talking fact. We are talking God.
No, me show baby. The fact say oba work club. No, no, what that on the first date. No. That's about what church on. Also, Obama what church near more.
But that degrees.
It's wrong.
No, that degrees.
Aside that, Mami Chobi.
That actually degrees.
Service. Ebi obi akọ. Autonomy thesis about club life.
JD.
And I walk on
reason of
John, what are you talking about?
I need to correct something.
Oh.
I think it's been a while since he went to church.
Oh, no,
even the Bible says no. Even in the Bible, even the Bible says
you want me to tell you the last memory verse?
Knowing the memory verse does not mean you go to church. I just want to correct the perception.
The last one.
The fact that you even say that any night born is a lie, because there are degrees of sin. Even the Bible says that there's sin outward and there's sin inward. Desecrating the temple, that's inward sin. Sex is more heinous than pinching somebody.
Let's just say hell in your apartment.
Thank you very much. Beautiful. Hey.
You see?
Let's say hell in your apartment.
Hell in your apartment.
You see?
Yeah, but actually, okay, I don't mean call that. But even heaven, okay, now
I don't know about that one. This year once, let me just make this very good messages. Now, Frederick Cypher,
Crown of Righteousness.
Frederick Cypher says, depending on how it happened, if it happened in a more romantic and love-filled atmosphere, then it's cool. But if it happened in a rush manner, then, you know, so if it happened in a more romantic and love-filled atmosphere, then it's cool. But if it happened in the rush, then they have a problem. Now, Eddie Mensah says, it happened to me and it makes me love her till now.
Thank you very much.
Sex on the first date indeed doesn't mean you're cheap, but strengthening a relationship if you met a reasonable guy like him.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Now, Maximilian says, I don't care what the first date sex will be. What matter is truth, love, and understanding, and how long the dating will be. Now, I'll tell you my last one, and then Newman, you have to explain to me more. And John, I hope you're telling me the truth. Now, Hedges is also saying that sex on the first date is not good at all. Get the chance to know more about the lady because sex is not love.
He doesn't know love. He doesn't know love. He doesn't know love.
Now, I'm going to go for a commercial break.
The number one bonding element in any relationship is a very good sexual relationship.
True.
This guy doesn't know love.
That's true.
He doesn't know love.
No, that's true. That's actually very true. But you can't replace one for the other.
Really?
When the love is there, the sex helps. But when there's no love, sex won't bring it.
No, sex can bring love.
It's not true.
Sex can bring love.
Sex can bring
babies.
Sex can bring love.
Babies, the love, baby. What does he say?
No.
No,
it's not true. I know people who have been very frustrated.
For break.
I'm going to go for a commercial break. In fact, I'm going to go break. It's a mini choice. So I'm going for this break. When I come back, we're asking the question, does waiting, okay, if you meet a lady and she refuses, does waiting really show something? Does it show something? We'll be right back.
Sex on the first date, I would say, isn't good, because in the first place you would have to know the person for quite a longer time to know how the person lives, to know his or her character, and to delve into issues that you think can grow up the relationship very well and positively. Before, maybe afterwards, you can plan of getting married. But sex on the first date, what if afterwards the person you live with decides to, you know, jilt you? I don't think it will be very fair on your side. You will be sad for the rest of your life.
Welcome back. We're still at Afrikiko Leisure Center, and I have my two guests, Newman and John. They've been arguing since forever. And you know, arguing since forever, you know. And John is saying sex on a first date, no problem. Newman is saying, on yeah. huge problem. Okay, and I was asking, since you're both disagreeing on that fact, John is saying, I will marry a lady that I sleep with on the first date. I don't care. Newman is saying, no, I consider that lady to be cheap. I see that lady, whether you're intelligent, you're beautiful, you're blah, 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 you just have issues with me. To me, I consider you to be a lady with a lot of issues.
Yeah,
now I saw this to you. So, oba and moko on a first date. Now one farm ma one biscotia. Does that mean say waiting not just a relationship with Babaswana?
No, it shows some fortitude. It shows some discipline.
Discipline.
Yeah, that this one is disciplined. You know, because she's just not a happy go giver. It means a lot. You see, because the essence of sex is just not to just have it and let it be. It's supposed to mean something. Like John was saying earlier, that's why I say I agree with him. Sex actually cements a relationship, but that relationship is already based or has a foundation of love. You understand? So sex just aids the process. I'm fighting with baby, I already love you. I'm upset, which is momentary. You come, we have sex, good sex, we are both happy. I want to let her go because I already love this baby. But if you do not love her, no matter how good she is sexually, she'll just be a sex object. You just use her and then move on. It's wrong. Anytime you want to relieve yourself of some stress or you want to get your mind off things, she's the one you go for because she's going to give you. So
sex is to make up arguments, make up sex. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, sort of. I mean, you're just an sex object. It doesn't mean anything to you.
You see, clearly, it shows it's been a while since Newman fell in true love. You know? Yeah. Because other kind of sex ni good.
So what's your
always have problems. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but I agree with that. I agree with that.
I am
articulating. Okay.
When you're saying, I thought, and then made me feel saying or don't need whether the sex is good or not. But what do you say if it's not good? I'm
not saying say be a problems, but just throw your hands up in despair and just walk away. I'm not saying
right.
That. But what I'm saying is that fine, if you do some one or two things is not working, Charlie, just bounce and just move on. You know what I'm saying? Because Charlie, the world is not waiting for you.
Yeah, but you see the problem. If you love somebody, it's not easy to just bounce and
move on. You see, Tobo?
If it's just a you bounce and move on.
What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying.
Look,
love you can easily bounce and move on.
If you met a lady, now that first date, she ain't see woman. What does it show? To you, what does it mean?
Normal. To me, and no stress or banning extraordinary. No.
For you, no, would you consider that lady say, only one that first date needs to know on your cheap?
You see, for me, it's just not about the first date. So only man that first date, it takes about 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. The longer I bet you, the more trust I have for the woman. Say this much, you know what's up.
You see, and American say it doesn't prove anything.
So would it have an effect on an intended relationship with you?
That's
so on the one now.
For me, this if she doesn't see me on the just not on the fair, like I'm saying, the longer I take in, the more I know that this woman, she knows what she's looking for. She wants to be sure.
It is all finding out to say what that or you before for that what you over.
Oh, say like of course, I know before that. Then it means that she's just playing me.
She's just playing
you.
Yeah,
I mean that's for that one.
Baby, some me and I have it at the back of my mind. Say I just want to enjoy some and go. If it takes me 10 years, I will enjoy and I'll still go. If I see you and I'm saying, Jesus Christ, or Babbie there, let me try and see if I can have a future with
her. If it happens on the first day, project.
Or even 2,000 or 3,000 years ago, if it happens today, if it happens tomorrow, I will still have that mindset. It has nothing to do with the time it happens.
Yeah, but baby, you see, the problem with that is that, you see, women, you see.
So if you don't see that lady to be cheap, what do you see that lady to be?
Oh, say a happy first time. Oh,
good question.
Me who say bia otiasie.
Otiasie.
You know abutre. Oh, naturally. I am articulating.
You cannot answer that question.
Yes.
Otinyo me bia say so who say okay fine. We met. It's not as safe said me the chair no. And you may be CC and you may be kikai. Me failing or failing me na BBC. Fine, that's it. Now let's see.
Mommy, wait for it. Mommy, wait for it.
Mommy,
word for it.
So,
if you don't consider her as cheap,
do
you what do you consider her as? Or do you see her as daring, adventurous, or you see her as a loving person, or you see her as she's so into you?
I see her as somebody who understands love.
Yes, for 34.
Or just because love, I say.
Just because you sleep with her.
What I see
on the first
because
date.
And that's
you see how shallow it is.
October. And that's
back in vocal now.
And yet to say Ohumiana, just saying a mehuna and be mumian quay. Tobo mehu, ebi a bedding come on, we talk about in your my beddi, the bed walk at
Thank you.
Baby, Mama told you, let me tell you something. But to make sure about to make sure about Munin Comompo. Eye contact say cry. Mubabwako washroom akwa yibi fast.
Ah, moti Africa.
Yes, I'm telling you.
Na mabwashe washroom.
I'm telling you.
Iti eno no hu ne say oyedien.
Who say girl no.
Oh you wild, shut up.
No. Oh yeah.
We feel watra.
We feeling number. Maybe who's on the cheap? No way. But after that incident, further analysis
in the bathroom.
Let me who say, hey,
on the cheap.
Debia, you come bathroom.
Mama Christmas there, Charlie.
No.
What I say? But you say it's internet when I'm saying, oh yeah, cheap. I mean, what are we talking about?
So you will buy the argument out. You buy the argument that it was done out of love. Is that what you're saying?
Mami, be another question.
Why not be some question?
In a situation, say, "Bia, na ebe ye, ukoya gay ye virgin," and also because so cheap.
Masa, why?
No,
and also because so cheap.
No, let me.
Yes or no?
I need a categorical
yes or no. You see, but the fact
no.
that somebody is a virgin does not mean the person is not cheap.
I understand. Say, you frustrated
it's not cheap.
But what can
no, you see, but if you say somebody is cheap, it's not just. There's somebody. People do a lot of things. I mean, we're on TV, but people do give heads all the time. The fact that you always come and give head doesn't make you an expensive girl because you are a virgin.
Okay.
There's something called a Mexican virgins.
Yes,
they take it from behind.
Yes.
So the front is always
intact.
But they take from behind.
But the fact that this lady gives you the trophy, and someone who say, "Oh, who be being you?" and the trophy in your mouth. I understand. Say we have frustrated.
What if John we me fair?
Thank you.
Me who John we me fair? So I want to have I want to have John to yen yembo rabasum. What would you?
Okay.
If not John no we suban you can't tell that on the first date.
Right.
So if I get to know, say yeah, my physical appearance, even though I know I'm very sexy, what do I say? If I get to know, say, my physical appearance, now see and go be there. Me ni say, me kwa ko bomu sa.
Now be there one the first date.
Thank you.
Oh,
thank you,
my
baby.
G.
Thank you.
Me ye me secrets in mua.
So, only shake
there was secrets. To bo.
Is
this girl serious
on the first date? On the first date.
I'm telling you.
On the first date. Even for people that are in a relationship, you're always surprised. Even with people in a relationship.
Even married folks get surprised
so
once in a while.
So it shows you that getting to know somebody is a very complex issue.
Okay, now let me pick the George Amani says if a guy decides to have sex with a girl immediately after a short time of dating, it means the guy will dump the girl.
Most definitely.
He doesn't
well,
know
that's what
he's
he's saying.
About.
Now, Liz Rini Sweetness says, baby, men will always be men. They will see you to be cheap, and is the fact. Yeah. Those guys should stop saying those blah, blah, blah. They will never accept their defeat. There's all bad now. It's
obvious she didn't go out with a very credible man.
Credible man, you say. Now, Cloud Morgan says it doesn't help relationship to grow.
No, that's
simple. Now, Bright Carter says if I should have sex with a girl on our first date, then I have no need to be in a relationship with her, but I can make her my sexy buddy.
Exactly.
This guy just draws on sex as a basis.
To develop a relationship. Okay. Now, Kwame Black says it depends. For me, I love spontaneous acts, so spontaneous sex on a first date for me is fantastic and a sense of maturity.
Maturity?
Maturity?
That is me.
Now,
maturity.
Lord Parkour,
that is me.
Lord, is you.
That is me.
Lord Parkour is saying sex on the first date is going to depend on how the lady is particular. The lady in particular is presenting herself. I don't really get it. I think that you should get. The way the lady presented herself on that.
Say, I need to find a way. Say, Ebia the one me looking into now, you want us to have something to do. Charlie, that's
I know the end.
But me who say bian komodie mu ni ade no komo. Me am say okay, ye din komo no me who say naniment. One nane ni ade who say Charlie things
and making
yeah, you see, but that's not deep enough.
Yeah.
That's not deep enough.
People pretend.
What is deep?
Okay, let's go and find out what others are saying. You know, the viewers out there are saying about this. Are saying out there. And when we come back, we'll still be asking the question. Okay, so how do you perceive the person? Or let's ask another question about, you know, Mr. Would you, what would be your reason to continue in a relationship like that? If you have sex with a lady on a first date, then what would be your reason to continue, you know, seeing the lady? I mean, having a relationship. Let's go hear what others are saying outside.
I personally don't see it as something normal, because having sex with somebody on the first date, then you might think it can be, the person can give it to another people as he give it to you on the first date. So you might see the person as a cheap girl also. So for me personally, I don't see it as something good.
I think it depends mainly on how long the couple have been courting prior to the first date. But for the lady to hold a bit of respect, I think she should hold back a bit on the first date.
I don't think it will affect anything, because if a girl giving you on first date, it doesn't mean anything. That is love.
I think it gives a wrong perception of the person you are with, because if you can have sex with someone on the first day you see the person, then how many people have had that opportunity with the person? So it gives a wrong signal.
To me, it's a bit crazy. I mean, having sex on a first day with a lady. I need some time, I mean, to study her a bit, to know her, to know where she's coming from, what she does, before I'll commit myself to do such a thing. I mean, if I do that, I mean, if I try to go and have sex with a lady for the first day, it's more or less like I'm exposing myself to so many stuff that I don't really know much about.
There's a say that every man lusts for a lady in the first time. It's a fact. If I see you and I propose to you and you accept it, that is not an issue. But afterwards, when we have something doing, afterwards, what will happen after will determine whether you're a good person or I'm a good person. That will determine whether we can go out or not. So the sex at the first day, to me, it's last that call for it, but it's not the issue about relationship. It's character.
Now, welcome back. Now, viewers out there are saying a lot, but majority is saying that no, it makes the girl or the lady, the said lady, looks a bit, you know, as a bribino. The person is looking somewhere. The thing that go well, cry. If I see you where you take the thing, give me first date, yeah, then you cry, you get issues, or sometimes then they call it as a over speedy visa, and that's what they're saying. And I'm actually thinking on that level, but also buying into what John is talking about. Now, John, what would be your reason to continue a relationship with a girl who slept with you on the first date?
Oh, I think I've been very articulate, you know, on that fact that the fact that I had sex with you on the first date doesn't necessarily force me to conclude that you're cheap.
Or to conclude that I will marry you.
Yes.
Or to conclude that I will have a relationship with you.
Exactly.
So if you should have a relationship with that girl, no, what would be your reason?
Oh, certainly, yeah. Like I said, it's a process. We had something to do on the first day, that's it. But then, what next? I need to see something beyond just sex that can make me want to be in a relationship with you.
After the sex, your friend said, washroom what would be the reason for you to see the lady again? Oh,
we will exchange numbers. It depends on how it went. No, no, washroom there eye contact there no.
Okay.
What I say, no say you exchange numbers na maka ko din komo later. What I say. But like I said, Mimi say I look out for 4 clear things in a woman that I want to be with.
Okay.
1, your relationship with God.
Right.
Outer beauty, inner beauty, and then you should be doing something, either school, either working or something. How I come up with my scale of preference is then a challenge, because what is it that I came into contact with the first time?
Outer beauty, inward beauty. Yes. Does this first date sleeping affect
you? So a major turn off for me. What I say? Oh, in your maybe one, you see, I know some hard drink akra. I will try and, I'll try and, help you out, give you, some 1 or 2 tips here and there to try and, beautify and freshen the place a little. But when it's still like that, then maybe it is a major turn off for me.
It's the first day to know who you are pushing to solve. Let us say bibi koyi
then I need to see further beyond. Okay, say you have hey girl no at least onim nyame. Me can say you Joshua. Onim nyame. Fine. Ebi a girl no hey onim fiade ye say this say ni your man maybe 1 or 2 things be or can adwin be 2 3 unya problem now friend now to me trans no din komo be 30-40 minutes problem bad relationship no ma on sorry kasa by heart or no be trans you talk about it, you try and solve issues. What I say, you move on. She doesn't go outside telling everybody about the problems in your relationship. She tried to sort it out with you first.
Are you not saying the same thing as Newman is saying, that you get to know the person? In getting to know these things you're talking about, there may be sex in the bed later.
First of all, wait, first of all, don't get me wrong.
Right.
I do not meet a lady for the first time having sex at the back of my mind.
Really? But
what
it just happens.
If it happens there, I don't have any problem with it.
But you see,
now, what would be your reason?
Yeah, you see, what I was going to say, but you said it for me, is that it's putting the cat before the wheel. Now you say that after the sex,
I'm putting both of them together.
Baby, after the sex, you're now going to find ways and then get to know the person when you've already done what the essence of a relationship actually really is.
Yes.
But on a lighter note, you see, that's the thing. For young guys like us who are very spiritual, sex is out of the issue.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's why I laid Jesus Christ. That's why I laid the precedent that if you can wait until marriage before
because I have a problem. You see, when you are dead in your conscience, because of sex is still not a problem. Sex doesn't even come into play.
Wow. Doesn't come into the context.
Sex doesn't even come at all. It's a non-starter. Because
you see, I get it that.
John is dead in his conscience. Because of
oh, Jesus Christ.
Should we even have sex in the first place?
Or he's dead in his conscience because immediately you said Onim Nyame Krano. That means you don't even touch, you don't even go there.
No, you don't even do something.
Let me address the issue. I'm sure
now okay.
Okay. You and I are human beings, eh? We are fallible. We can easily err at any time. If you are an error, and they see we are in church or so only
Timber starting relationship na kasa error kraba.
Enya when you come to me and you ask for forgiveness, genuinely I will forgive you and take you back.
But there are repercussions.
Okay.
What I say?
There are repercussions.
Oh, now they say repercussions.
Like when I kill somebody and say I'm going to go to bed.
In your heart you are free.
By in the making.
In your
now, let's just do this quickly. Let's just round up this thing quickly. Now, Newman, whoa, Newman, like quickly, in a minute.
Oh, sorry.
Just tell me, a woman on a first date, would you, let's say your sister, would you advise your sister, to actually have sex on a first date, and why not?
You see, like I was saying before, I mean, if I want to do that, I don't see how I can advise my sister to do that. I mean, if you're my sister and you do that, I mean, I'll feel very peeved and very hurt.
Now, just give me some hints for ladies out there, okay? Like, okay, if you do this, what do men, what's the perception? What do they perceive about women who do that?
For a woman, guys can easily see through things. Like John was saying, you can pretend even not to do it on the first date.
Right.
But as a guy, you still see that she just, like he said, maybe during the break, the woman probably has a problem down there, or she's maybe in her menses. So for that reason, for a week, she will not allow you into. And she will take advantage of that fact to pose as a very good woman and thing. But meanwhile, it's just because of the circumstances won't allow it. You understand? But for a woman, if you are a good woman, it will transcend these very small. You will see that this woman.
So tell me, what do guys think about ladies that have, sex on a first date with whoever?
I mean, for most guys, I know John will agree. I mean, most guys will see the woman as a very cheap woman.
That's all.
Yeah, that's basically what
now,
it is.
Tell me, John, what do most guys, what do the other guys?
I thought you were going to ask me if I advise my child.
Yes, but we'll come there. But what do he says? Most guys think. Most guys think that, you know, the lady is cheap. Now, what about the other guys who are exceptional, like you? Yeah. What do you think about a lady who actually had sex with you or have sex with you on a first date?
Like I said, I certainly won't see you as cheap. I would want to look beyond the act. What else do you have?
What do you see her as? If she's not cheap, what do you see?
She's not cheap.
So what
Probably,
is she?
You know,
what is she?
She's a lady who just needs to be loved. Who's looking for love, and thankfully she's found love in you. That's why it happened.
What would you tell your sister, or you know?
Before we started this, I said, if you can stay and have sex after marriage, fair enough. If you can't and it happens, don't feel bad about it. You know what I'm saying? But at least try and get to know whoever it is that you're going to do whatever it is with. In the making, like I said, you could be chatting. There are a lot of things. You know, today, modernization has allowed us to easily have contact with, you know, one another. You can do stuff like that. There are a lot of tricks that you can do to get to know if this person is for real or not. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'll tell you, it's just like advising your daughter about sex. Yes, it's fine, do not have sex, but if you're going to have it, at least let a man be protected. Protect yourself.
Right.
That's it. That's the realistic approach to it.
Hey, you want to
No, I'm just surprised because you see, sex on the first date. If I'm a woman, if I'm a woman, and you come as a guy protected, then you already had it.
Already you have sex in your mind. Then you have sex in your mind. Right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It has been an interesting discussion. I wish we could go on and on and on and on, because I know that there's so much that these guys would want to tell me. He's saying now Newman is just crowning the thing up by saying that if he was a lady and you a guy, you were coming protected on the first date, meaning that you already had that sex in your mind like long time. No. When the guy starting doing it, so
I will need to be able to say
that one year. Even if you had no intention of having sex
baby, don't agree with that. If you
so thank you very much for the Facebook messages. You can also comment, via Facebook fan page. That is www.facebook.com/TV3GuysAvenue. Okay, thank you very much. And next week, Saturday, I'll be coming your way with another interesting topic. And the likes of Newman and John. Newman, I bet you're telling me the truth, though.
You know me.
And John, I bet you're also telling me the truth.
Yours truly.
All right. So have a very good evening.
Man, a real general. Bedroom credibility, you know me got it. The girl let me testify. So if I stand in, me never like it. No way. Man, a real general. Bedroom credibility, me never like it. Hey, yeah. And the girl let me testify. So if I stand in, then me got it.
Me just come again. 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 God, now you know, say you got the real game.
You must come again. 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 Girl, me I go burn your body up like a flame. Girl say she just come again. Just come again. She go get some again. Best of my game. She a ball for me name. Loud in the ear like she want give me fame. Say she never feel the same. Me make a girl boy get blame. Same lame. No boy in a million. Mad up.
Me just come again. 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 God, now you know, say you got the real game.
You must come again. 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 Girl, me I go burn your body up like a flame.
You know I say me just come again. Just come again. Come me once some again. Best of the best, body never want rest. 3 times already and me have to confess.
Mad up.
You make me shiver. Deep in me body make you buck me liver. My body wants to run like a river. And you are a real true believer.
You know I like it like that. Fuck it up in the ear. We tap it